Welcome, everybody. Let's take a look at the stock market and see what happened today. So we're going to look at the weekly, the daily, and the trade day like we always do. I believe today is Thursday. Yep, Thursday, October 12th, 2023. My phone is binging and dinging and doing all that crazy stuff, but that's all right. So here we are on the weekly chart. And you can see this candlestick kind of pulled back for the week. The total range for the week is 131. And this is just still looking like on the MACD, it wants to do this. Yep, something like this. We'll have to wait to see how this plays out. Been talking about this for a while in the weekly. Right now, I just don't see a lot of strength in this. I do think this week of October 29th is still in play here. That's this little green cycle. Little blue cycle right here. I do think that's in play. And I do think we're going to see a decline there. The reason I say that, as we switch over to the daily, I'll show you why I still think that's going to happen. So here we are on the daily. Let me see if I can get this a little taller. Here we go. That's better. So, first of all, let's just look at the Stochastic Momentum Index. Look at this. Yeah. After today's big, huge red candlestick, this guy right here, which had a range of 75, and almost all of it was down. They finished down. The 4411 just the 50-day, that's what it really was. The 50-day moving average, which is, and I talked about this in last night's email to the members, that line right there, this kind of light blue line, 44, we'll call it 32. This got up to 44.31. There you go. Got up to that, got crushed. You just couldn't do it. So this is very common to see prices get rejected at the 50-day. And that's exactly what happened. We got this going on. And this MACD, even though it's going up, is still well below the zero line. So you got to remember, it's in negative territory, right? It's below the zero line, not above it. That's pretty important. And I talked about this, I think, last week. When you get this far down, a lot of times, yes, it'll get a bounce like it's done here, but it won't be enough to really get far above it, or it doesn't get above it at all and just kind of peters out and goes down, okay? That's what I think is probably going to happen here. All right. And let's see. Yeah, the data was already loaded for the universe. And just look, let me just kind of try to get that a little bit. So you can see that the universe is kind of, energy level kind of dipping here, right? Kind of taking a dip. And I think it's going to play out. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to play out. Now, normally I don't do this, but for tomorrow, this is what I think is going to happen. Because I don't have the chart up right here, but I'm looking over across my office here on the hourly chart that's streamed to the members. And on the hourly chart, I think around noon tomorrow, Texas time, Central time, you're going to see a price decline. Now, it might start at 10 or 11 a.m. or something like this, whatever, I don't know. Okay, but I think we're going to see a moderate or mild overnight session. It may bounce a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be a big bounce overnight. And I think tomorrow, as we get towards midday, you're going to see a big decline. That's my take for tomorrow. Now, I don't normally do that, but just based on what I'm looking at, I think there's a good chance that's going to happen. Now, if that happens, and we get 2 red days in a row, like this ends up being down here, let's just say, okay, like this, then that's really going to bring in these cycle lows right here, especially October 25th. That's this purple one right here. There's a little green one right here, which is the 23rd, and then the October 17th is this yellow one right here. So they're all bunched together. They're all right here. So tomorrow is a really kind of a big deal. If we get a red candlestick tomorrow, a decent red candlestick, I don't know, 50 points, 50, say a range of 50 or more. This kind of range right now is only at 7, right? But if it's 50 or more and it's mostly red, then I think game on. We're going to see these cycle lows. They're going to happen. I think they're going to take place. I think we're going to get back below this 42.62 probably. Okay. And so we have to wait to see tomorrow. Tomorrow's either confirmation day that we're seeing a topping kind of action and a rejection happening, or not. It could extend into Monday maybe a little bit. If it doesn't get this big rejection tomorrow, then we could see we could see price just kind of tracking sideways, right? So in other words, this wouldn't dip down really hard. It would just kind of sit up in here and fart around, slowly come down. You follow me? And price kind of gets stuck up in here for a while. That's another scenario that could happen. Those are the two scenarios I think are likely to happen. It consolidates and starts tracking sideways, or this thing just starts getting rejected and comes down into the cycle lows below 42.62. Okay, that's kind of where I think this is headed. All right, let's take a look at the trade of the day. All right, so here is the 5-minute chart. Where's the trade of the day, guys? Come on. This one's not bad over here either. This was pre-market, right? Both of those are pretty good trades. And I talked about to my members last night in the email. That's right, they get me email every night. I said, I gave a couple resistance points, but the primary one I said was a 50-day moving average. Keep an eye on that. The 50-day moving average is often resistance, and sure enough, within 1 point, the price action today got rejected at 44.30. Here it is right here, 44.30.1. The 50-day moving average was at 44.34, I think, so it was like right there, or 32. Totally got rejected. Okay, and then a short while later, we got the alert. We got this GETUS Plus indicator. Came in at 7:35 a.m. Texas time, and that was it, man. That trade right there was like money in the bank, and it fell below the zero line on the MACD. That's money in the bank right there. As soon as you see it getting rejected up to 50, you know you're good to go. That one was like as easy as trade as it possibly gets. You should be looking for those opportunities. In the email, it doesn't happen too often, but if I say in the email, watch out for resistance to the 50-day moving average, I mean, if you see the rejection, you want to take that trade. And that's exactly what happened. And this was easy money. And then we had a continuation that happened a little bit later in the morning, right? It happened at 11:20 a.m. my time here in Texas. I mean, look at this. It rolls over, gets below the upper line, somewhere right in here. Okay? And bam, it's just boom. Absolutely boom. Huge. So the 5-minute chart, okay, with this GETUS Plus indicator, the alert goes over to the Discord server, by the way. The SMI rolls over. The MACD follows suit a little bit later. All right? So this what got you in the entry. Now hold on a second. Let me just show you how sweet this all really is. I'm going to switch over to hourly chart. Okay, let me get the hourly drawing set up. Now, I ask you, what is this right here? What is that? Is this a cycle? That's a cycle low. That's a cycle low over there. Hey, what do you know? We got another one over here. What's that? Okay. So this is why I try to convince the members, and for anybody that's not a member should really join, because it's only $7.99 a month. And this trade right here would have made you so much friggin' money, you wouldn't have to ever worry about paying for the membership again, probably for like years. But hey, that's just me. And yes, I use the membership myself. But look at this. This tracked from like 44.30 all the way down to 44.70. Okay, that's, oh my goodness, that's 60 points. Now, you don't catch all of it, but you might catch 40 or 50 of it. That is huge bank today. It's just like crazy, huge money today. So the 5-minute chart with the GETUS Plus indicator got you in the trade. And you could trade like monster confidence for several reasons. You had the 50-day moving average rejection, which happened, which was in the nightly email last night. And you had in addition to that, you got the hourly chart showing you where the cycle low is going to be. Right? I mean, it's just like you can't, I mean, like this stuff's being handed to the members. Now, I'm not saying this happens every day, okay, but it happens often enough to make really good money on a measly little $7.99 membership. Okay, whatever. I don't know why people don't take advantage of it, but it just amazes me. But there it is. Look, here was one that happened last time. What do you know? Okay, so now let's just talk briefly about tomorrow. Like I said, I don't normally do this, but tomorrow, here it's 1 p.m. I got it as 1 p.m. tomorrow instead of 12. Okay, but somewhere between 12 and 1 p.m. tomorrow. I don't know what's going to do. Maybe it just does a little dip. Maybe this thing just surprises everybody and goes way up and only does a little dip right here. Okay, and doesn't do this big gargantuan. So what would I do if I was going to trade this, which I might just very well trade this because it's looking really good. What would I do? I would wait to see how this reacts overnight. Middle of this cycle, which doesn't really matter, but it's about 1 a.m. tonight, overnight, my time. Okay, but I would watch this price action. And as we got, let's say, 9, 10, 11 a.m. Texas time, I'd be watching really careful around that time. If I start seeing, especially on the 5-minute chart and the lesser time frames that are streamed to the members, be really watching for those Get Us Plus alerts. If I see something around that time starting to give indication that it's going to roll over, then I'm going to have a lot of confidence wherever it is. Let's just say it's up here. Like, let's say these lines are tracking. Let's say it gets up into here and it's like 11 a.m. and boom, 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 crash, bang, boom. Okay. That's probably the most likely scenario tomorrow. That's probably what's going to happen. Now, we can't rely on the 50-day moving average unless this thing really just takes off and gets way up overnight, which I don't think it's going to do that. But if it does get back up to that 50-day moving average, then that's great. You can take advantage of it. Okay, that's it for now. Those are the trades of the day. That's what I think is going to happen tomorrow. My battery's getting low on my phone because I'm recording this on the phone for the voice. So I got to cut this short. Take advantage of the membership. The link is in the description below this video. Okay, make sure you follow the instructions very carefully so you don't have a problem signing up. Okay, you get streaming charts, you get nightly emails, you get all kinds of stuff on the Discord server. That's where all the services take place. Take advantage of it, $7.99. All right, happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. Talk to you all real soon again next time.